Good morning, fifth graders. Today we are going to continue using what we learned about function tables and X's and Y's yesterday to learn how to use rules and spreadsheets or function tables to graph on coordinate planes. So we're going to learn how to read and plot points on a coordinate grid. That's what we're going to do. This right here is a coordinate grid. We use it to locate points on a plane or a flat surface. A coordinate grid has a horizontal line and a vertical line. The horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis. These axes are number lines, so they are marked with numbers. You can name or locate any point on this coordinate plane with two numbers called coordinates. So for example, you see this point right here, point A. And you can see right here, it has coordinates 2 and 5. Point A is represented by the ordered pair 2 and 5. What that means is it is over 2 on the x-axis and up 5 on the y-axis, which is always how we read ordered pairs. We read the x-axis first and then the y-axis. So if we look at point B, we go over 4 and up 3. So it is at 4, 3 on our coordinate grid. So here we have another coordinate grid, and you can see I put some shapes on it. These are the ordered pairs that match those shapes. So remember that ordered pairs are going to go from X to Y. X always comes first. Kind of like an alphabet, X comes before Y. So you're always going to say how far over before you say how far up. X is our horizontal axis right here. It is how far over from 0, or the origin. That's what we call 0, 0, the origin, the beginning of our coordinate grid. So X is how far over from 0. And then Y is our vertical axis. It goes up and down vertically, and it means how far up from our origin, how far up from 0. So let's look first at this red circle, and we are going to find the ordered pair, the X, Y coordinates of that red circle. Well, if I look right here, I'm going to look for my X first. It goes over 0. It's not leaving, it's not going over to the right at all. So my X is going to be 0. It goes up, my y-axis, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 6. So the ordered pair for this, the coordinates for the red circle, are 0, 6. Over 0, up 6. Let's look at that orange triangle. Again, if I want to find my ordered pair, I'm doing X and then Y. How far over on my x-axis? 8. And then how far up? 0. We didn't go up at all. So the x-coordinate is 8. The y-coordinate is 0. Our last one, let's do this green trapezoid. So again, I'm going to find my x-coordinate first, then my y-coordinate. X is how far over? 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is how far up? 1, 2, 3. So the ordered pair is 4, 3. We can see ordered pairs in function tables. We are still using the x, y in function tables, just like our ordered pairs. And they can be graphed on coordinate planes from a function table as well. And then we're going to see how we can also use those ordered pairs and function tables to make equations just like we did yesterday. So here we have a function table. We have x coordinates and y coordinates. So we're going to use these to make ordered pairs that we can graph on our coordinate plane. So our ordered pairs, remember, are always x and then y. So the ordered pair right here for these coordinates is going to be 0, 0. The ordered pair right here is going to be 1, 2, because the x is a 1 and the y is a 2. Right here, 2, 4, 3, 6, and 4, 8. Notice how my x's match up with the first number and the y's match up with the second number. Now I can graph these on our coordinate plane. So our first one is 0, 0. That means I'm going to start at the origin. I'm not going over any and I'm not going up any. I put 1 right there. Our next ordered pair is 1, 2. So that means the first one is x, and that's how far over. I'm going to go over 1. The second number means y. How far up? Up 2. Our third ordered pair says 2, 4. That means over 2, up 4. Our next one is 3, 6. Over 3, up 6. And our last one is 4, 8. Over 4, up 8. So now you can see I have graphed these ordered pairs from our function table and our ordered pairs. And now I can see that this makes a line, which means that this function table is going to create an equation. So remember yesterday we said to ourselves, well, what do we have to do to our x to get to our y? I can't really use the first one here because it's zeros, so I'm going to go to my next one and I'm going to say, what could I do to 1 to get to 2? Well, I could add 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Let's see if that works here. Is 2 plus 1 4? Nope, so I have to try something different. Okay, well, 2 is larger than 1, so could I multiply? Let's see. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. That works. Our equation here is y equals 2x. In order to get to my y coordinate, my y in my function table, I have to multiply my x by 2. So if I wanted to on here, I could say, what if I had a 5 here? I would say, okay, well, and I wanted to figure out y, I would say 2 times 5, because that's what I'm saying my x is. So I would go over to 5 on my x. 2 times 5 is 10, and I would go up to 10. If I were to put a dot here, it would fit right there in our line. I know that equation is going to work. All right, what you're going to do today on your slides is you're going to write ordered pairs just like I did. So you're going to look at each of these shapes and you're going to go over and up to figure out what is the ordered pair, what is the x and the y for each shape. You're also going to look at a function table and decide which coordinate grid matches it. You're going to see some where you just see an equation and you have to pick the correct function table. So it's a combination of what you learned yesterday and today. There's another one like that. And then you're going to do some like I just showed you, where you have a function table and you need to put the points in the correct place. On this one, you're combining, you're taking, here's the equation. So you need to complete the function table given this equation. You'll type the y coordinate for each one in here. And then once you have your x's and your y's, you'll plot your points on the coordinate grid. This one, plot your points. Using the dots, you'll plot your points, and then you will also write a function table. Or write an equation from your function table. What did you do to x to get to y? Again, you'll do that same thing. Plot your points. What did you do to x to get your y? And you'll write your equation right here. Another one like that. What do you do to x to get to y after you plot your points? And then you're done, and you can submit your slides on Schoology.